Hey everyone, this is Chris, your friendly neighborhood Minnesota comic geek, back with another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing some recent back issue purchases from eBay and some of the various local comic shops around me here in Minnesota, and kind of discussing why I picked them up, why I like them, and maybe why, if you see them in the wild, you should go pick them up. Before I get started though, I would ask that if you enjoy this type of comic book related content, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future videos. And if you enjoy talking comics, then comment below. Alright, let's get into it. Recently, I went around to various comic shops in my area and just, was perusing some back issue bins, long boxes and such, and picked up some gems, at least in my opinion. And I also, as part of my New Year or 2024 goals, was to kind of focus on some more quality purchases in the $5 to $20 range. If you are curious about my 2024 goals, you can go check out the video that I put out a little bit ago. I'll leave a link in the description, but let's get started. So this first issue is Black Cat #2 that I picked up purely for the J. Scott Campbell cover. Because he is primarily just a cover artist now, there are a lot of books that come out with his covers, and I've gotten to the point where I don't like paying cover price on a brand new comic just for the cover. I prefer to find them kind of in the dollar bins at conventions if I can, trying to get them for a cheaper price, or a discount, or whatever. In this case, I found this one for $2 in a back issue bin at one of the comic shops I stopped in at. Whenever I can find or come across a J. Scott Campbell cover or an Adam Hughes cover that is discounted for $1 or $2, I will buy those up every single time. They are worth the purchase for such a steep discount. Case in point, a couple of, maybe 5 years ago or so, I started picking up the Adam Hughes Catwoman and Wonder Woman cover or issues that he did covers for. At that point, pre-pandemic, Adam Hughes and his covers weren't as valuable as they have become in the last few years. So finding them in the dollar bins was kind of a regular occurrence, and luckily I guess got ahead of the game and picked up a ton of those back issues for super cheap. Anyways, back to this one. Again, $2, happy to pick it up. All of Campbell's variant covers for the Black issue run, or Black Cat run of issues, are wonderfully designed, drawn covers. Every cover tells a wonderful story, and with Felicia Hardy, Black Cat being a jewel thief, or a thief in general, you can tell some fun stories with the cover image. Case in point, this one, a very, very fun cover. Next up, this was an eBay purchase. I have several probably direct edition copies of this particular book. It's the first mention of Onslaught, a kind of major late 90s, 2000s villain that had a large but short impact on the X-Men universe. and larger Marvel universe in general. But I bought this one for $4 because it was the newsstand edition. It's not in the best condition. I would say, 7.5 if you're grading it with CGC scale, maybe 8 on a good day. It's just, it looks like it's been read a few times, which for $4, fine with, just to have this version. This next one, this has been a kind of long time personal grail comic or issue for me. Joe Madureira is one of my all-time favorite artists. I love his work. I love his style. He had a huge impact on the comic industry during his very kind of short time drawing regular issues. In this one, number 342 of the Uncanny X-Men was nearing the end of his run on Uncanny X-Men, but I remember when this issue, this is the variant cover for this issue. So when the original issue came out, I got the regular cover because the comic shops I was able to go to at the time didn't have this one available. I only have seen this image, online for better part of 2 decades almost now at this point. This is such an awesome cover for the rogue pose, the costume design, everything about it. Just it's a fantastic cover. Joe Madureira would go on, when he did his Battle Chasers run, would kind of mimic this pose with one of his issue number 1 variants, which is another personal grail of mine, with the red Monica cheeky cover. I got this one on eBay for $12, which I think is an excellent price for the scarcity of it, the variant cover aspect, and just the fact that over almost 2 decades now, going to conventions, comic shops, comic shows, I have never come across this particular variant issue in the wild. I just have never come across it, so I finally broke down and was just searching on eBay recently and saw it for a good price, and I bought it in excellent condition. Just a spine tick or two, very small, but for the investor collectors out there that are looking for a good value in a book to get graded, this book at a 9.8 has been sold for $70, $80, $90, and if you can get it signed and graded at a 9.8, it can go upwards of $200. So it's a book that has good value. Oh, look at that, a second copy. When I was searching, there was multiple listings for fairly cheap, and I got another copy from a different seller for $12. And this one's even better condition than the other one. No spine ticks, just perfect corners, like such a good condition book. But again, $12, I couldn't really say no to getting myself a second copy. Seems to be a theme here with the back turned poses. This one is the Soulfire #1 Diamond Comics Previews exclusive variant cover, and Michael Turner is one of my all-time favorite artists. He drew some of the most beautiful women in comics. His female characters just exude beauty and grace, no pun intended. This is one of my kind of personal grail goals, is to collect all the kind of variant covers for Michael Turner comics that were the original variant covers. And this is one that I have had on my list for a long time, trying to find again in the wild. I wasn't able to, but I was able to get this copy on eBay for $10. You know, it's in fairly good condition, just has some minor spine ticks along the spine here, but overall it's in excellent condition. Happy to get it. Like I said, love the cover, love the pose, love the artwork. So these next few books, they are a recent kind of intrigue. I was, bopping around on the internet, and I came across an image of one of the pages, or a couple pages from issue 6 of this run of Thor. It is the volume 6 to 2020 run of Thor by Donny Cates. There were pages depicting Galactus in kind of a new form. I knew nothing about it. As a Silver Surfer Galactus fan, getting to seeing a kind of cool new interpretation and depiction of Galactus is always fun, and it was intriguing enough for me to figure out what issues those pages came from. And so, having done so, figured out that they were from this run of Thor, where he becomes, I guess, the Herald of Galactus. I don't know if this is supposed to be a future tale, kind of like the Thanos Wins with Cosmic Ghost Rider run that Donny Cates did on Thanos. I decided to see if I could find these back issues at my local comic shops or on eBay, because I wanted to kind of read the story and have the books themselves. Come to find out, they're not necessarily cheap given their recent vintage. This one, number 4 here, I had to get on eBay. I got it for $8. Happy to get it for the $8 purchase price. This one is, I should say, what makes these next few issues of Thor here kind of their key significance is the introduction of the Black Winter character. Number 4 here is the first cameo appearance of it. This is kind of the important book of the 3-issue run, 4, 5, and 6. So number 5 is the first full appearance of Black Winter. Unfortunately, I paid $30 for it. I got it at one of my local comic shops. In its raw form, it's probably worth $20, at least at this stage. So I probably overpaid a little bit, considering sold listings on eBay for graded 9.8 copies are selling for around $30-ish. So, what can you do? Happy to be able to get all the issues in a small little run to read. First full appearance of Black Winter, $30. All told, with the other issues, it kind of averages out. So it's okay. Happy to get it. Happy to be able to read this story. This is issue number 6, where this was the second issue I got on eBay from that same seller that I got issue 4 from. This one was $6. Happy to complete the mini run. I feel like I like Donny Cates, but I feel like now I need to kind of get the full 30 issue run of this volume, just because I think it'll be a fun read. A second copy of Thor 6. I got this one for $5 at the comic shop that I got the issue 5 for. So, $35 for both issues. Just happy to kind of get a second copy. This is the variant cover. It's a series of books that has some value, so happy to get a second copy. And lastly, was visiting, a different comic shop, and Came across this in the back issue bin. I, again, love Joe Madureira, love his Battle Chasers independent comic. So whenever I come across them in the wild, I will buy them. And specifically, when I can come across a issue 1 copy for less than, say, $30, I feel like that's a good value for a #1 issue of Battle Chasers. I got this one for $20. Happy to pick it up. More than happy to support local comic shop. If you ever come across them for $20 or less, you should definitely buy them up. Those were kind of some recent quality purchases, in my opinion, for various reasons. What do you guys think? Do you think I made some good choices? Did I get good prices on them? Are they books that you would buy? Are they books you didn't know about but now see them and want them for yourselves, or are gonna pick them up? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. It's always fun hunting for comics at comic shops and on eBay and trying to get good value. But yeah, so thanks for watching. And again, if you enjoyed this type of comic book related content, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, comment below and let's talk some comics.